Hi, it's me, Ro, author of Speaking from Spirit, and here is your December 2023 energy alert. So, December is 1 month in a 7 global year, and so there's going to be new beginnings. Now, this is our second 1 month in this year. So, the first one was back in March. So if you look back to what was happening in March, there might have been some new things starting for you, or new beginnings starting, or something that was an opportunity or even an idea that may now be coming to fruition or calling you back to maybe take some steps to act on this or to take it further. So look back on whatever projects or ideas or opportunities showed up back in March, because they may be coming back around now, or they may be an extension of what started then happening now. In a one time frame, we're always asked to do something new, to try something new. And because this is a 7 global year, it's all about the soul wanting to have a new experience or having a destiny calling come due. So, in other words, it just might be right timing for something now to be starting for you that would be a destiny or part of your soul's plan. So, and our soul also will ask us to maybe change if we're needing that, or to evolve, or to grow past something. So that could also be happening now in this 1 month. And again, it might have started back in March as well. We're going to revisit a 1 month again in 2024, and that's going to be in February. And that is going to be in an 8 global year where we're going to feel more power, where this year was a much more reflective, what is my soul trying to tell me? What is my purpose? What am I here for? What am I doing? Why am I doing this? 7 is a very deeply introspective number, where the 8 next year is going to be a very action oriented and let's follow the plan kind of energy. So, but whatever's starting now is a heads up to what your soul wants to create next. So the 1 resonates with independence, individuality. It's a leadership number. It's determination. It's will. Sometimes our will can be strong, and sometimes we need it to be strong. It's innovations. So we might have these great breakthroughs globally in something, or personally. Um, it's courage. It's strength. And again, it's new beginnings. It's something new getting ready to start. So it's a time to stand in our own self and to make decisions based on our own thoughts and opinions, not everybody else's thoughts and opinions, or even from our conditioning. It's time to stand in ourself and make decisions based on what we think is the right thing for us. And hopefully, these are intuitive decisions. Definitely, that 7 energy is going to be at least putting our higher self in the running to be heard. Now, it's also a time to plant some seeds. So maybe things aren't ready yet to begin new, but you're going to start to prepare for that. So maybe you're putting in college applications now, or signing to go to college, but that's not happening yet, but you're planting the seeds for that for next year. Or retirement, or you're putting in applications for new employment opportunities, or a new employment opportunity comes to you and you're going for an interview. And these are what I call like seed planting things. And this is where we also use that 1 energy to start something, or see what can get started or what wants to grow. This goes to for health. So I know December is not always the time that we think of starting new health regimes, but this would be a great month to start a new health regime, or a new way of eating, or a new exercise program. It would also be a great time to fortify your relationships, or seek out different relationships. So maybe join clubs, volunteer, go on Hinge, socialize more. and start to plant the seeds for relationships to grow and blossom. It's also a great time to start your own business. So if you have thought about starting a business or even a side hustle, as they're called, do it. This is one is entrepreneur energy like crazy all day long. It's entrepreneur energy. Also, um, maybe you're not going to start your own business, but you're going to be what I call a gun for hire, meaning that you have a skill set and that you're going to get hired out as a contractor for that. So whether you're a consultant or whether you're a hairdresser or literally a contractor and you're going, or like me, a yoga teacher, this might be a time to go and take your skill set and your expertise and your experience and work in a different place or get hired in a different place. So these are things that one energy would support. It could be also a time just to start a new project or hobby. You know, if you want to paint your house, if you're in a 6 year, that would be a good thing to do, right? Paint your house or redo your kitchen. You might be getting that underway or start a new hobby or and again or a new habit or routine. Um, I kind of like that because I do think it goes with the seven, which is also joy of our being. Our soul is joy and only, well, it's joy and love. It's not just only joy, but it's not dense. It doesn't have the other emotions. So we want to awaken the joy of our soul, and sometimes a hobby does that. So these are good things to start in this one time. It's a very good time to be focusing on yourself and your own needs. So I know it's holiday time and there's a lot of bustle and there's a lot of demands and there's a lot of expectations, but the one is going to really make you consider your own needs and what's best for you mentally, emotionally, physically, spiritually, financially. You know, I may want to do this, but does this support my mental health or my emotional health or my financial health? These are things that we would consider in this one time frame. Now, it's a month to take action, okay? So all year we have been like looking in and reflecting, and it might have been a very still or inactive year where you might wanted to take action, but nothing could get started. That happens sometimes in seven energy. Or and especially if you're in a nine personal year, in a 7 year, it might have felt like you were sitting on your hands a lot. But this month is going to be different. This month is going to be no, I got to get up and move. I got to take some action. I have to do something. And you're going to feel that push a lot. Couple of things. Mercury is going retrograde December 13th to January 1st. You know, big travel time, technology, computer glitches, communication. Well, let's not invoke that trickster. Let's put it out that we're going to learn a lot about ourselves because that's what we learn in Mercury in retrograde. Winter solstice is the 21st. New moon in Sagittarius is December 12th. That happens to be the same night I'm doing my online meeting with my online spiritual community group, and we are going to do reflections on 2023. So we're going to review this year. We are going to reclaim and the energy of this year, and then we're going to leave everything in this year that belongs here and doesn't need to come forward with us into any other time. So if you want to be on that, you would need to be an online community member, and you could go to my website for information on that. Full moon in Cancer will be December 26th or 27th, depending on where you are, because it's late at night, and it's in Cancer. And I'll give you more on that in the weekly alerts. If you're not, again, on my email list, go to my website, become on my email list. Couple of things you want to know how to navigate this month. So, go for it, but don't be thoughtless. Okay, really kind of think things through logically, feel them out. Right, this is what I told you last month. Feel things out. Does this feel right? Too hot, too cold, just right? Then be thoughtful and practical and make a plan. Use your logic to organize and make a plan. And a lot of the things that you might be thinking of now, you'll start to implement either this month or even just making the plan you'll set it in motion maybe towards the end of the month, but it'll carry through all through next year, if not longer. Take good care of yourself first, like the airplane analogy. That's not selfish, that's self love. So, the airplane analogy, put your air mask on you first before you go to help anybody else. Otherwise, you're going to faint and not be able to help anybody else. That's what the analogy is this month. Take good care of yourself first. People need you around here. This world needs you. You don't want to um, cause a detour that you don't need. Number three, start a good health habit this month. I know there's cookies, there's salty snacks, there's drinks, there's festivities. Start a good health habit this month. Even if it's, I'm going to start to walk, but I can only do it 10 minutes or I can only do it around my workspace. Do it, okay? Maybe it's time for marathon training for some people, but for most of us, it's going to be, we have to schedule a time and regiment ourselves to maybe start a new health habit. That might be eating breakfast or making sure you don't skip lunch or taking a little 15-minute siesta in the afternoon like they do in Europe to recharge yourself. Um, Anything that supports your good health, mental, emotional, and physical good health. Look into ways that you might be able to start your own business or side gig. Maybe you want to go take your craft stuff and sell it on Etsy, or maybe you want to take some of the stuff in your closet and get somebody to sell it on Facebook Marketplace. I'd have to pay one of my kids to do that, but I got a lot of stuff that I don't use that I probably could make some money off of. Or maybe you want to just put out your talents and see where that goes. This would be a good month to do these things. All right, so let's see some cards. I'm going to pull from the John Holland Spirit Messages deck. And we're going to ask these cards, what is the message for any of us here that are watching this video? What do you want to tell us for this month of December 2023? You are not alone. All right, this is big because, well, the one can make us feel singular, right? Two energy is more than one we. One is I. And this, especially around the holidays, we can feel very alone and very lonely, especially if we're estranged from people we love, or, our family isn't all here or accessible to us. It's very easy to get in a headspace that could tell you you're alone. Remember that that's a story. That's really not a truth. It's real. We're never alone. Even during COVID, we were never alone. And it's a story our head tells us. It's a feeling that may be carried over from another time frame, whether in this life or another, or that we have absorbed from somebody else. So I want you to remember that if that feeling comes up or those thoughts come up in you, you are not alone. We are here for you. You are never left. Through the sadness and loneliness, however, you cannot sense us near you or feel how much love we are sending you. We are your family, friends, and guides. You never walk alone. We walk right beside you. So, again, when we feel alone and we feel like we're by ourselves, it's a head game. And then what we see in our world is like, oh, I'm alone, I'm alone, I'm alone, I'm not. And we fail to see all the people that are here for us, that connect to us, even in the smallest ways, even in just hello as you're walking down the street. So, and then of course there's the spirit world that's always with us, that we're never alone. And I mean, it's not like they're hanging on us, but we are never alone. There's much more going on than we realize. But that head game will play with us and it'll drop us and it will actually block us from seeing all the connection that is around us and is available to us. We're here for you. You're never left. Through all the sadness and loneliness, however, you cannot sense us near you or feel how much love we are sending you. We are your family, friends, and guides. You're never walk alone. We walk right beside you. This card comes at a time when you're probably missing someone, feeling lonely or lost, or not getting the emotional or spiritual help you truly need from those around you. Even though you may be feeling abandoned, don't forget that we are here for you, holding you, guiding you, and helping you through your grief and sadness. It is we who raise you up and gently push you forward. Please remember that we are spirit disincarnate, meaning not of a body, not in a body. You are spirit incarnate in the body. And as such, we are all spirit. You can connect to us anytime you wish. Find a quiet time where you can be by yourself in your favorite space, light a candle, hold us in your mind, and reach out with your heart and thoughts. When you feel a gentle, warm wave of love wash over you, a tingle up your spine, or even a special image or thought, know these are all the signs that we are connected and we love you always. So, as hard as it is, it's a good time to reach out for those that we love that are in the spirit world, or for those that guide us, like our patron saints or our muses or some of the great ascended masters that there are. Time to call on them. Sit and you'll feel it. You'll feel that come into you. All right, the second one is the Wisdom of the Oracle. Okay? And this is by Colette Baron Reed. So, what is your message to this group who may be watching this video? Wisdom of the Oracle. Message in a bottle. Interesting. Message in a bottle. Communication, a sign. A spontaneous oracle delivered innocently by the speaker, pointing the way to your highest good. Spirit sends you signs when you ask for them, when you believe you will receive them, and when you allow yourself to become fluent in the language of symbols, oracles, and omens. They may come to you as a bird flying by, a logo on a truck, a song on the radio, or any other ways that Spirit decides to reach out and touch you. Expect confirmation that you're pointed in the right direction. Keep your ears open for someone might say something and you might overhear them at just the right time that will give you the answer to your query. Today, your message is this: Spirit hears you, and the reply is favorable. I would also say this: sometimes we get messages through songs. One of my dear friends, she always gets messages from her husband. That's how he communicates. She'll ask him a question, and then she'll hear a song with just the right message in it. So the lyrics will have the message for her. And I love that. I love when Spirit plays like that. So ask and you shall receive, and look for the communication that Spirit is sending you, the messages in the bottle that come out of nowhere. It's a very good month to stay very strongly connected to the spirit world. And hopefully, throughout this course of this 7 year, that's what you've come to learn to rely on and trust more than ever. Maybe you didn't start out the year like that, but definitely as you're finishing the year, hopefully you're aware of that and utilizing that, or even deepening your connection to that more than ever. So, a couple of things this month. I have a Zoom library event with Nanuet Library, meaning we're going to be on the Zoom, not in person. And I don't know if this is a private event, meaning just for Nanuet residents or for everyone. But you can reach out to Nanuet Library and see if they're taking open registration. Again, the online spiritual community is on 12/12 on that new moon night in Sagittarius. Should be a very fun night to clear and open space for new things to come. The guided meditation this month that I have, it's a 30-minute meditation, is also on releasing 2023 and taking all the gifts and all the inspirations and all the messages and all the information and learning that we got in this year and carrying that forward and releasing everything else. Oh, and I'm going to have a 1 day gift certificate sale, only 1 day, on December 23rd. It's going to be 15% off the regular prices of the gift certificates. So if you want to do any last minute shopping or maybe even buy a gift certificate for you to use to book a reading at any time. Numerology reports are available now for on my website, and I get one every year, and I savor it. I read it every month in the beginning of the month. I write little notes on it all through the month, and then I read it at the end of the month, and I go, "Oh, I see where that really was accurate." And then I read it over at the end of the year, and I really see how the personal year I was in really played out. Um, anyway, that's all on my website. Oh, and Super Soul Saturday. That's where we're going to talk about the energy of 2024 and what to expect. That's January 6th. All of this is on my website, www.rosemarierubenetticapiello.com. Just go there. So, just a little bit about 2024. It's going to be an 8 year. 8 is very powerful. It's action oriented. It's where we take the reins of our life. It's strength and will and power. And sometimes our will gets tested. And sometimes we have to find our strength and power to overcome in a 2020, in an 8 year. So we might have to say, you know what? I'm done with this situation and I have to take my power back here and I have to find my power and utilize it in this space so I don't feel so powerless here. And I find my way to my peace and how to move forward in whatever this situation is. So coming off a 7 year, hopefully we've strengthened our soul, we've strengthened our connection to divinity, we've strengthened our connection to our inner voice, we've aligned greater with our spirit, we've pondered our purpose, we have asked the tough questions about our life and have come to peace with that to some degree. And now we move forward into that 8 year where we take all of this and start to take the reins of our life and move it into our step into our power to actually manifest the life that we want and that we truly deserve. What we truly deserve, not what we always feel we deserve, because that could be a lot less than what we truly deserve. And that's what next year is going to be about. So I'm not going to lie, I know this was not the easiest year to have. I mean, it certainly wasn't as hard as 2020 and COVID, but it was a year of really going in and really looking at ourselves and maybe needing to make some changes or to grow past or to evolve in some way and to also maybe evolve our family lines or our cultural wounding and things like that. It wasn't an easy year, but we're at the end of it and we're going to end it on a high note. The 1 and the 7 is a very uplifting time, and the astrology is very uplifting as well in this month. So it should be we end this note. We end this year on a high note. So I hope that is for you. And again, if your head is telling you any stories of being lonely or being forgotten or being dismissed or betrayed, remember that they're stories. They're not necessarily truths. Even if you've experienced that, you could change that. You could change that. That's not your truth. It's something you've experienced, and you could redirect that and change that story to a different story. All right. So it's me, Ro. And whatever you celebrate, I'm going to say it the way my friend Janet Amato says it, who's actually coming out with a book this year. And I will let you know that in my monthly emails when that is. She always says, happy, merry, happy and merry. So I'm going to say, Janet Amato saying, happy and merry. Love and peace to you all. And I am wishing you peace.